Hello everyone, I am Tanya Bajaj, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Pharmaceutics at ISF College of Pharmacy, Muga. I am here today to discuss the limit test for sulfates. For performing the limit test for sulfates, we should first be clear with its principle. Its principle is based upon the chemical reaction between barium chloride and a soluble sulfate. These both chemicals, barium chloride as well soluble sulfate, come from barium sulfate reagent, which we will be using here in this limit test. This reaction occurs in the presence of dilute hydrochloric acid. The turbidity produced here is then compared with the standard solution. How to prepare and what does the barium sulfate reagent contains? Let's see. It contains barium chloride, sulfate-free alcohol and small quantity of potassium sulfate. The inclusion of the small quantity of potassium sulfate in the reagent, it increases its sensitivity of performing this test. Alcohol is added because it prevents supersaturation and more uniform turbidity gets developed. If the turbidity produced in the test is more intense than the standard turbidity, it fails the test, otherwise it passes the test, which is the formation of the reagent is shown here in the reaction. Let's see the procedure for performing the test. Since this is a limit test, it will again be produced in and it will be carried out in a Nessler cylinder, both for test as well as standard sample respectively. Let's see first how and what is the procedure for test sample preparation. We need to take specific weight, say 1 gram of the compound, which is to be dissolved in water, or a solution is prepared as directed in the pharmacopoeia and it is then transferred into the Nessler cylinder. After that, 2 ml of dilute hydrochloric acid is added, which is then further diluted to 45 ml in the same Nessler cylinder. Then to it, 5 ml of barium sulfate reagent is added, which we have just now prepared and discussed, which is then kept aside for 5 minutes and turbidity is visualized. Now let's see how standard solution is prepared. For that you need to take 1 ml of 0.1089% weight by volume solution of potassium sulfate in a Nessler cylinder. To it, 2 ml of dilute hydrochloric acid is added, which is then diluted to 45 ml in Nessler cylinder. Add 5 ml of barium sulfate reagent to the same Nessler cylinder, which was previously diluted up to 45 ml, which is then kept aside for 5 minutes and the turbidity is visualized. After that, we'll get the observations of turbidity. The turbidity produced in the sample solution should not be greater than the standard solution. If the turbidity produced in the sample solution is less than the standard solution, then that sample will pass the limit test for sulfate, otherwise it will not pass. Now let's see a few reasons for adding the chemicals into the reaction we performed. Hydrochloric acid prevents precipitation of other acid radicals by common ion effect with barium chloride. Potassium sulfate is used to increase the sensitivity of the test by giving ionic concentration into the reagent, which just exceeds the solubility of barium sulfate. Alcohol also helps to prevent supersaturation and keeps precipitated barium sulfate in the form of turbidity. Now, for visualizing this turbidity and for adding these chemicals for performing this limit test for sulfates, let's now move to the lab and perform the same experiment. So let's now start the demonstration of limit test for sulfate. For that, we require the apparatus as Nessler cylinder, which are labeled as sample and standard. We have test tubes, a stand, we have the dropper, we have the glass rod, we have the pipette and the measuring cylinders for measuring the quantity of chemicals required. For this experiment, we require the chemicals as barium sulfate reagent and hydrochloric acid in the dilute form, which we have kept already here. Now let's start performing the experiment. Now firstly add 1 ml of sample solution into the respective Nessler cylinder labeled as sample. For the sample solution, here we are taking sodium chloride solution. Now add 0.1089% weight by volume solution of potassium sulfate into the standard Nessler cylinder. Now add 2 ml of dilute HCl into both of the Nestle cylinders. Now dilute both of the solutions kept in Nestle cylinders up to 45 ml with distilled water. Add 5 ml of barium sulfate reagent into both of the Nestle cylinders. Now keep these Nestle cylinders aside for 5 minutes. Now after 5 minutes you can observe the turbidity in both of the Nestle cylinders, which is very clear that the turbidity in standard solution is more than the sample, which means that our sample that was sodium chloride that passes the limit test for sulfate. I hope it gets clear and it is clear to everyone. Thank you.